What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Epic Home Runs podcast. How you guys doing? It's another Sunday. We're back. My name is Josh Quillen.
My name's Andrew Van Dyke. How
Andrew
we
Van Dyke.
doing?
We are so much closer to Halloween.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I mean, every single day, I think is like, I feel like we're getting there, but yet there's so
We're
much
so
going
close yet
on.
so far.
Yeah, there's so much going on, guys. There's
Yeah.
so much going on.
I had my 3-year-old is obnoxiously excited for Halloween, and we were like looking at the calendar, and I was counting with her how many days to Halloween, and I was like 9, 10, 11, and in my head I'm like, I didn't think there were this many days left. 13, 14. I was like, wow, okay, I thought we were a lot closer than that, but
The count is real, and
it's good, man.
You know, I don't know. Like I've started chalking up Halloween to events leading up to Halloween, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
you know, like
The more you
Halloween
start
Horror
doing-
Nights.
yeah. Well, you went on Thursday.
I got to do my first Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando. And let
What'd
me
you
tell
think?
you. Let me tell you something.
I'm trying to grab my phone, which is why I look all super weird right now in this live stream. Okay, there
Awkward.
we go.
The Halloween Horror Nights here. Let me tell you, the water show.
Marathon of Mayhem.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
It's something else. And then the other thing that I was really interested in was the pumpkin. The pumpkin maze. Right?
Yeah. What is that called? I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a lot of drunk then. So
There was a lot of drinking.
there was a lot of
happening.
drinking that took place, but that maze stood out to me more than all of them so far. But yes, no, it was my first Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, and I was very impressed.
Yeah, it's a shockingly different event than Hollywood.
It's a whole different vibe. Like the
Yeah.
people, like the
It's very different.
Yes, it's very different, and I was very excited, and I cannot wait. Honestly, I cannot wait till next year, because next year is a full September, October pass for me.
Nice.
Like I will go as much as I humanly possibly
awesome.
can, especially for this. I will do video. I will do live stream. I will
Nice,
and
that'll be
anywhere
fun.
that I can, I will take you.
That'll be perfect.
But anyway, yes.
That'll be great.
First one.
So before we get into what we got to do on Saturday and our very special guest today, a couple of housekeeping items. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, what the heck? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're not watching this on YouTube and you're listening to an audio playback, or you're listening to this on a video embed somewhere, go over to YouTube, youtube.com/epichomehunts, hit the subscribe button, and then hit that bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. We have a ton of content coming. We've already started shooting this season. It's very exciting.
yeah, I mean,
It's very, very exciting. Also, if you want to try to help out the show, you can become a member. It's youtube.com/epichomehunts. Hit join. There's 2 levels of membership. There's a haunt fan. It's $5. There's a haunter member, and it is $10. There's a bunch of perks and things for each one, including a bunch of member-only live streams and
Yes.
behind-the-scenes stuff. Our LA trip is already planned. We know what we're doing, and it's going to be very exciting. I'm not giving away anything, but it's going to be great. We're going to a bunch of very cool haunts, doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Other than that, if you're watching this live, make sure you guys get into the chat, ask questions, give comments, that kind of stuff. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a good time.
I think tonight is a definition of what we're really looking for to start, right? Like
Yes.
the most important thing is where you start. And last night, I'll go ahead and start with this.
Yes, go
last
for
night,
it.
I was so excited when I left. I was really excited, and it gave me
Left where? What did we do last night?
We went and filmed.
That sounds
somewhere.
so dirty.
Well, I mean, we went and got Del Taco in Florida, so it's
that
kind
was
of
that
dirty.
was a little
No,
dirty.
I'm just kidding. But no, it left me ready for what will come from this community, and I was so happy and so excited, and I was so excited for our guest tonight to be able to make it on, and share that story. It honestly, it's crazy, but I kind of have minuscule chills.
Minuscule Chills.
Yes,
That's the name of, like,
yes, because the
it
thing
sounds like a terrible band name.
It is, but the thing is that this is what we've looked for.
Yeah.
This is what we've looked for, and we found it, and we're gonna get to show
Yeah, that's
everybody.
fantastic. So
what's
what
up.
we did is on Saturday we went to our first home hunt of the season. We went to a home hunt in like way northern Orlando. That was called Carnies of Devil's Bayou, and
Yes.
it was great. I had no idea what it was going to be. It's a first time hunter, so just no expectations basically. And we went into it, and they had like a laser projection thing on the front of the house. They had a whole photo booth thing set up,
Right?
like rules and regulations and all this crazy stuff. It was great.
A monologue, which
There
by
was
the
a
way,
full story. There was a
like, the
full like
monologue
pre-story monologue,
was legit.
which was great.
Yes.
And we had no expectations. And by the time we got done, we were both like, "Holy crap!" One, it was gimongous.
Yes.
And two, it was so well done, especially for a first-time hunter.
I don't even. That's the thing. Like, I want to be very clear. First time, right? The expectation is I will let her do the explaining. But if it wouldn't have been explained that this was a first time hunter,
You would never have known.
you never would have guessed.
No.
And that's, to me, why this is so exciting.
Yeah, it was great.
Because I walked out of it going through each scene and different parts of it and going, I wouldn't have changed anything.
That was perfect. And there was a couple of points too, and we'll get into this in a little bit, where I was like, "Oh, it's going to end." Like, okay, this seems like the natural progression of where it should end. And it's like, no, there was like 4 more scenes. It just kept going and going.
In such a
and
great way,
going
though.
And going. Yeah, no, it was fantastic. It
Yeah.
was really well done. There was even one point where there's a bunch of strobe lights, and when we did the live stream, not filming because we have our big light on and stuff when we're filming, but when we went through like as like normal guests, I legit was like falling over. Like I was falling into the fences. I couldn't, like, I was super disorientated. It was great. Like, it was really well done.
It was crazy. I loved it.
It was great. So we are going to introduce our guest tonight. It is the creator of is it Carnies at Devil's Bayou, right? I got that right, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
you did.
I did.
I
Okay.
know you did.
So please welcome Miss Ashley Miller. How you doing?
Hey guys, how are you?
Great. I like your background. That's fantastic.
Thank you. I actually pulled it off of one of the scenes.
Oh, did you? I was gonna
Yeah.
say, are you like in the haunt right now? 'Cause it kind of looks like you're in the haunt.
I mean, close, a couple feet away, but
Nice.
Kinda.
So you were a first-time haunter.
yeah, I started in October of 2020.
And what did you do then? Because you didn't do like a full maze, right? Or did you? You did this
Well-
Santa Slaughterhouse.
I started my first scare acting experience was guest spotting over at Sir Henry's Haunted Trail in Plant City.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and then I was there maybe a handful of times, and I just absolutely became addicted to it. And
Oh.
it's a bit of a trek for me, and they're my family over there, but I couldn't possibly make it out there every night. So it just inspired me to basically build something of my own. And I did a little weekend deal over at my house, which was Santa Slaughterhouse, and it was just a weekend in December during COVID and the holidays. It still ended up being incredible.
That's amazing. Now, so I didn't realize this. So when you say like a brand new hunter, we're not talking like brand new hunter as in like the first time you've built, like literally started scare acting for the first time October 2020.
Yes.
Wow. I had no idea. That
takes it to a whole nother level. Right?
That's kind of incredible. I didn't realize that. Wow. Okay. So why did you get into scare? Like what drew you to scare acting? Like why was that a thing you wanted to do?
I've always wanted to my entire life, but it never really kind of lined up with anything. And then I went to Spooky Empire 2018 and met a scare actor there that completely changed my life and basically reignited that love for me. And he actually works over at a petrified forest.
Nice. That's awesome. And so it was just them basically like rekindling this old passion that you had that kind of you went, oh, okay, I really, really enjoy doing this. So you
Yeah.
said 2018. So why did it take you 2 years?
Didn't have the right property, I guess. Like
Okay.
I just got this house and it has a decent yard. And when I do
Uh,
something, I kind of go big or go home.
I was just saying,
Obviously, you know.
decent yard.
Um,
You're undercutting that a little bit. I coming from the SoCal area where like a decent yard is like a
yes.
10-foot, piece of concrete in your backyard.
Yes.
Hmm.
Like you've got like land. Like I consider what you have like land. Like it's huge.
Opportunity is humongous in comparison to what we're used to in
Yeah.
California.
No.
That's all
Yeah,
I gotta say.
I think it's like, I don't know, 0.20 of an acre, a little under that.
Got it.
But I utilize every possible square foot back there that I can,
Yeah, you do.
And ideally, I would have liked it to go out on each side of the house, but unfortunately, I'm one person. I got a few hands helping with the construction, but it's been quite a bit, working to the very last minute, like I told you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we showed up and you were saying that you're still like, please don't judge me too hard. We're still building. And I don't know what you would add. I really don't know what you would add. It was amazing.
We had this conversation literally on the way home. We legit had this conversation. We were like, okay, so what else could be done?
Like, yeah, what are you gonna add? I mean,
What-
other than just more detail, more stuff. Like,
But even the detail was super strong. So I'm like, what is the natural progression
what are you gonna
between
do?
now and Halloween
Yeah.
that could literally change this?
yeah, it was great. So okay,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, what? Go.
Oh no, it's just like, basically I am so keen onto detail, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of distressing, more props, more boo holes, just extra little details that an artist like me or other haunters or haunt lovers would really, take into depth.
Totally.
You
No,
know?
and everything you did was so good. And actually, for everyone who doesn't, who since we're kind of talking about the haunt, can we backtrack just a little bit? And can you describe the story? Like, go through what your haunt is, what its theme is, and what guests experience when they enter in Carnies of Devil's Bayou.
So the backstory is basically it's 1960s Louisiana. The carnival or freak show were passing through to perform. And what they didn't realize was that this is a small town. They didn't take kindly to these strange people, let alone like weirdos. So basically, they pitchforked them out, they forced them out, and they ended up setting camp next to a local bayou. What they didn't realize, it was 1960s, weird shit happened back then, was that it ended up being a toxic waste dump. So these carnies were there not realizing they're becoming manic, crazy, deformed. And the small town had found out, instead of trying to resolve it or help them, they're like, we need to bury this. We need to pretend it didn't happen. So they forced them to stay. Flash forward to today, it basically became the town myth. And what happens with myths is that kids kind of tell the stories and everything and dare each other to go there. And then sometimes people do, and they never come back.
Dun dun
So
dun.
that's in a nutshell.
No, it's great. And actually, so for those who are curious to see the haunt, after we're done interviewing Ashley, we're actually going to play the video we shot yesterday. Now, this is only for live stream folks. The video is actually going to go live tomorrow for members only. You'll be able to replay it, and then it'll go public a short while after that, either Tuesday or Thursday. We haven't really decided exactly which one yet. But so if you're a member, you get full access to it tomorrow on Monday. And if you're watching the live stream and you stay to the end, we are going to play the video in its entirety tonight. So you guys can check that out. It is so good. You guys don't want to miss it. Now, so the haunt, when you built it, so it starts with like a laser swamp deal, like
vortex,
the vortex,
and then swamp.
Yeah. So
and the way I was playing with it was that I wanted to utilize both because I had them, and I'm like, you know what, that could be like the toxic waste gases,
okay.
So that's how I played that in with the vortex, and then you're walking into the gassy swamps.
I like it. Okay, that makes okay, cool. That's great. And then from there we go into a spider area, and the thing that I loved, and I actually think I have a picture of it. Hang on, let me find it. About the spider area was that your webbing, I can't remember the name of it, but the webbing that you used is it's a very not scary farm webbing for the SoCal folk. There's a name for it for doing
Beef
webbing this
netting.
way. Say it again. Well, the netting.
Beef netting.
Yeah, there's a name though. I can't remember. It's not the type of netting that it is. It's like when you, I don't know what it is. You might be right. I could be totally wrong. I'm not a hunter, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But I loved it. Like when we pulled back that curtain, it was all the not scary farm vibes.
Yeah,
it was
it
great.
gave
It was so
It
nice.
gave
you.
all the right like scares. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, what's gonna happen? What's gonna pop out?
It was
There are
cool.
A bunch of areas.
And what I liked about this room too, this hallway, which I have a shot of it on the live stream right now. What I loved about this hallway was that you kind of had to kneel down a little bit because it kind of forces you to get a little bit cramped, which just disorientated a little bit. And then when it opens up around the corner, it just makes everything seem so much better. So, okay. So we go from gas, swamp, and crazy vortex to the spiders, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
And there's a couple of air gags in there, which I thought was really great. Now, I'm guessing who's this? There's a scare actor behind the wall that's running a bunch of stuff. How many actors do you have in the haunt? Because it seemed crazy populated with scare actors.
It depends on the night, anywhere between 10 and 20.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So
Wow.
so is the person that's behind the netting for the spider deal, is that the same actor who's then like running out to outside the front the pallets? That's all they're doing?
Nope, he's got an air compressor back there, so he's using an air compressor for that. And then he also I don't know if he did for you guys, but he's dropping spiders on
Yep.
people.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
he did. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got it both times, so he didn't miss his stuff.
Yeah, no.
I got it twice.
Yeah, the first time I think it hit me in the head, and I was like, "What the?" So it smacked me. I was like, "Ah!"
No, it was
but it was great.
perfect.
I was live streaming, and I was like, "Ah, what?" No, it's great. And then there's the giant cocoon things. You guys will see it. It's fantastic.
Thank you. I made those out of pool noodles and plastic wrap.
Oh, really? Oh, I
Jeez.
liked it. So yeah, what are you using for this? So most of your stuff, there was a lot of pallets. There were a lot of this webbing. You used a lot of chain link. There you had all the scenes, not all of them, but a number of them were separated with like black. Is it not canvas, but black like potato sack type material?
Burlap.
Burlap. Thank
yeah.
you.
Brown burlap.
Is that? I mean, what other materials are you using for this? Because there wasn't like the traditional like theater flats and that kind of stuff.
It's a lot of pallets, black plastic sheeting for the laser swamp, which
Yep.
is like a never-ending battle since it's outside trying to keep the wind out.
Oh yeah, I
But
can
we made it
imagine.
work. So pallets, black plastic sheeting, some tarps, burlap, and that's mostly it. You know, besides like detail work, like vines and things like that, pool noodles.
Yeah, and it looks so good. Yeah, spoiler alert. There's one part where you cut you go through, and this is one of those parts that I thought it was over. I was like, cool, like you go through this one scene, there's a bunch of people like in like a little jail, and they're screaming, help, let me out. And I was like, cool, this feels like the end. And you open the door and it's like, no, I'm
Nope.
backtracking to the back of the property again.
Yes.
And then you go all the way back forward. But spoiler alert, there's a lot of pool noodles at one point. And that's where you meet, I'm flipping through real quick. That's where you meet, there she is. You meet, Eric, we flip to this picture. You meet this lovely lady here, who is frightening. She's actually on the thumbnail for our video.
Yes.
Speaking
She's
of
the best. Before this, she's never scare acted ever. She's
Really?
brand new and she is incredible.
she
Yeah.
did really well. What I liked about what she did is she didn't do anything super over the top.
No.
She wasn't just like a screamer or anything like that. Like she really tried to play into it and try to actually scare somebody. It was great.
Well, yeah, because you opened it. You opened the thing, and I was standing behind you.
Yeah.
And when you did that, all I saw was that smiling, just
Yeah, peeking through this like maze of pool noodles.
it was just ridiculous.
It's
And I was
creepy as
like,
hell.
wow.
No, she did really
hit
well.
really good.
Thank you.
With everything.
Another great thing about what we do is I really encourage creative freedom and ad-libbing. So you can go through multiple times and experience something different every time because we change where the actors are. We give them freedom. We let them bounce around at different places and everything because I'm not a creature of redundancy. I know you saw me hopping around, going from scene to scene. So I really encourage the actors to do that and find their rhythm and find their fun. So you'll definitely experience that if you come multiple nights. You'll see different things, or even from one group to another, you'll experience different things because we didn't even have all of our sideshow performers there when you came because we have a fire eater as well.
No.
We have a fire eater. Yeah. We have the human blockheads, which you met one of them. We have the real lobster boy, which is amazing to have him here as well.
Yes.
So on Halloween Eve and Halloween, we'll have a fire eater. His name is Pigpen the Clown.
That's incredible. So for those who don't know, you know, you actually do have actual sideshow performers in your haunt, which
Yep.
is such a cool touch. It was something I was not expecting when we went through with the live stream. And I don't know his name, but this guy, I've got a picture of him. He pops out from, you know, behind some hanging clothes or something and does his spiel, and then proceeds to take a screwdriver and shove it all the way into his face. I was just like, what? Like, what? What are we? Why? Okay.
Well, first of all, I was so okay. So I want to know. I want context. When I heard him speak a week ago, I was in downtown Orlando, and I was completely taken aback by his voice because everything about him resembled a gentleman that I had heard at a performance at SAC in downtown Orlando.
He was there. That was him.
So that's a comedy.
That was him.
It's a comedy club in downtown Orlando, by the way, like an improv comedy club.
And everything about him, and the rest, I'm not gonna lie, the rest of the walkthrough of the maze that first time through, I was like, I know I've seen him. I know I've seen him. I know that voice. I know that.
Yeah. Well, that just goes to show you, the level of scare actors that you're getting. I mean, you're getting actual improv actors and actual sideshow performers and real professionals in this industry to come do your home hunt, and it's your first year. Like, seriously, like that's amazing.
I was taken aback.
Are you just like friends with all these people? Like, how did you meet these guys?
All different kinds of ways. Some of them online, some of them I knew, some of them are my colleagues at my job. I reached out to Grady, the lobster boy, and he ended up being just really cool, down to earth, and he worked at Santa Slaughterhouse with me. That same year for Santa Slaughterhouse, I had met James Michael Rowdy, who created Jack for Halloween Horror Nights, and he did our trailers for Santa Slaughterhouse too.
Oh, it's amazing.
I just keep meeting all of these incredible people who are willing to be a part of this with me, and I'm so lucky.
That's an incredible, yeah. I mean, that kind of goes to show that's the haunt community, though. Like, the haunt community is this super tight knit, community who just wants to help each other. That's all it is. Like, you and I were chatting after we went through the haunt about other local home haunts that are around the area, and it's just about trying to get exposure for everybody and just trying to bring this haunt community together, and it's fantastic. That's like what it's about.
No, that's why this is important. You've done everything to put yourself into that place where people are going to show up. They're going to do such great things, and we got to see it last night, which was perfect. Everything worked great, and it was, you were literally saying that, we're still building, we're still doing stuff, right? And that's why we're so like taken aback of like
what else? And then you said fire eater. Come on.
like, yeah,
it's incredible.
I don't know what to
go
say
big or go home, right?
Yeah,
If I'm gonna do something, I put my heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears in it. And like I said, I'm so new to the haunt community, and I've never met such an incredible group of people in my life, from meeting everybody at Sir Henry's, Daniel at Petrified Forest, and everybody I've met from J. Michael Roddy and Lobster Boy, and everybody has just been the most welcoming community I've ever met. I'm so lucky to be here.
Yeah, no, the haunt community is obnoxiously incredible. It's it's funny, like you don't think about it, but like I don't know, when I first got into the haunt community, I don't remember, God, what was it, 12, 15 years ago, something like that, started getting into the haunter community. It wasn't always that way. Like, it's changed over the last decade and a half or so, but like it legit is the most like welcoming community of anybody and everybody that I have ever experienced. It's incredible. And I really hope that we are making it better by what we're doing and just getting people to hear about these haunts and maybe do it themselves. Yes. Side note, what was the name of the actor with the screwdriver?
That one is RJ.
So RJ
His
is
name's
actually
RJ.
He's in the chat right now, and he's boasting about you, saying you're great to work with. So
Yeah,
I adore him. He's
No,
one of my favorite weirdos.
Oh, there you go.
no, it was great.
He was fantastic, by the way.
Yeah,
Like,
and I actually loved too when we came with the big camera. So when we first went through and live streamed, he was talking to Andy, trying to get him to like respond, like in a
pick
little improv
pocket
thing.
left or right. He was like left or right, and I was like, and he was like, left or right?
Like, answer me, fool.
I'm talking to you, duh.
Come on.
But when we went through with the camera, he was good enough to he saw the camera, saw the light, and knew, okay, I'm not gonna, like, I'm gonna do my bit, and he just went into it, and you can tell it's a level of professionalism.
Yes.
And all the actors were that way. There's a clown at the very, very end, who jumps out of a cabinet and does his little spiel. And he was good enough to like realize that, oh, I have a camera on me. I'm not interacting with the person. I'm interacting with the camera. So let me play to that. Like everything.
His first time too.
That's amazing.
First time ever.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, everything you guys are doing is what you would see in a very seasoned haunt environment. And I was very blown away that this is like the first year.
Yeah, no, it was so interesting because you're right. The first time through, they played to the person. They were really interacting with us, the individual.
Yeah.
But when the camera came through, it turned to the camera. The camera was the person, which made our job and made what the product was.
Yeah, so much better.
So much better because it changed the dynamic so well.
Yeah, it was great.
It was fantastic.
It was so good. So we're gonna show the video in just a few minutes, but I wanted to ask you, what are some things, if there's haunters out there or somebody who's maybe thinking about getting into haunting, having literally just experienced this, are there any things that you would say, like tips, tricks, things to avoid, maybe some pitfalls you fell into that you could tell somebody, hey, don't do this, that's a bad idea? Are there any of those things, or some things that were great things, like, look, I did this accidentally and this was amazing, or even places that you found out knowledge and how to do things?
The number one biggest thing that helped me, honestly, is going to network, talk to people, go to conventions, meet other people in the industry who you can pick their brain and maybe be a part of it with you. That's the biggest thing that helped me. And also for props, dumpster diving, 100%. Like all those pallets, dumpster dive. Half of my props, besides the gory ones and stuff like that, I dumpster dived, and also attention to detail to everything, including like the gore. Make sure to add depth for the realism because nobody wants to see a cheesy prop.
Totally. And when you say depth, do you mean like adding, not just the prop,
texture,
but like textures on top of the prop and the colors and then things behind the prop? And that's a lot of like, what we talk about in film and stuff is foreground, midground, background, right? Yeah. Like what's in the front, what is in the, what's actually in the midground, what is the focus, where do you want people to look? And then like, what would be there if that prop was there or that thing was there in real life? What other I don't want to say ambient, but I don't know the right word, but what other things would also have to happen or would be there to make this look more real.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes into the stuff like with Wicker Manor when we were chatting with them. They have their elevator that they made, and they had 3D printed, I don't remember what it was, like 150 little bolts, like tiny little bolts that they glued onto this elevator. And it was one of those details that if it wasn't there, you probably wouldn't notice it. But when it's there, it all of a sudden goes from a rusted painted plyboard box to an elevator. Like just instantly becomes that.
It was the most ridiculous thing because like that when we saw the first pictures and there was no bolts, there was no nothing, right? Again, that whole depth thing, and then they added the bolts to it.
It was a completely different prop.
I was like, wait a second, what just happened?
Yeah, but that's that's a lot of what you did though in your hunt as well. With like I'm trying to see if I have a picture of it. I don't, but I do have a picture of this, the pumpkin hallway. But so like in this one, you know, you've got the camo netting, but then you have the jack-o'-lanterns, but then there's lights in the jack-o'-lanterns. And was it just after this or just before this too? There's pallets, but there are flags and there are banners on those pallets, and then there's
vines and moss and
lights,
permablood.
Exactly. And I remember you sending me some pictures early on of construction when you were doing just the pallets. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like you're doing like a pallet thing. But then seeing it in person, it's like, oh, no. Pallets were just the base. Like you had enough forethought to go, pallets are the base. I now need to add all this detail on top of it in order to, you know, make this seem like a legit space. Like you're creating an environment, and you did really, really well. I also liked you were pumping in audio of like crickets and things, right?
Yeah, like a swampy, horrible bayou noises. Yeah. To try and bring it as immersive as possible. I actually had a whole scene around the pool, but I'm still working on the lighting there.
I noticed, so when we went through the spiderweb scene, I looked over at the pool, and it's funny, in the live stream, you can hear me say, oh man, this is cool, you can see this, oh, and you can see the lake over there. And I turned, and in my brain, I went, lake? Like, no, it's a swimming pool. What the hell are you talking about? But
it
was
a bayou.
Right, or
it's
yeah, exactly.
It's the swamps.
But it was so well themed that I just went, oh, no, that makes sense. Like, okay, that would be... Like, we're from California, swamps aren't a thing. So, like, that's the lake. Everything's a lake.
It's a lake.
Everything's a lake. Like, what are they called? Retention ponds? It's a lake. Everything's a lake.
Yeah. If it's got water, we're good.
Speaking on the pumpkins that you said earlier, I haven't been to Horror Nights this year, but everybody was posting the pictures of all the pumpkins, and I garnered that inspiration for that little spot. So it's a Horror Nights Easter egg.
Oh, it's
basically
great. Oh, and these are so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but these are those little like $1 dollar store foam pumpkins, right?
Yeah, I made it look rotten with some wood stain.
Oh, that's amazing. I was gonna say that's exactly what I used when I made these guys. That's what these are. These are those exact same pumpkins. They're great. So I'm tearing apart my set. So anybody who is looking for like props and stuff, dude. What dollar stores, man? Like, you can find so much cool stuff at the dollar store. And I think the where I found that tutorial on how to do this was Monster Tutorials, I think, on YouTube is where I found some cool stuff on it. But yeah, dude, those are great. I turned the corner and I was like, oh my god! And it's funny because you got the one with the eyes and the X. That I have exactly that back there. I was trying to do the marshmallow helmet on one of my pumpkins, and it didn't work out too well. Cool. All right. Well, I mean, the detail is like here. Can we cut to the photos here? So like we're looking at some of the palette stuff. Like there's the casket. Which did you make that casket, by the way?
No, I had a friend make that for me. His name's Daniel.
Well, so somebody made it. It was a custom built prop. Like, because it matches your palettes. I'm like, that's incredible.
It came from one of the palettes that we had. Yeah.
See, we're using everything. Like, see here's some of the banners, and you had all these custom printed, correct? Or did you like make the art, or how did you get the banners?
Some of it came off of Amazon. Some of it just came ordered, and I distressed it. All of it's just random bits and things. Like the big freak show one came out of my bedroom. Like half of the props just came from my house.
That's
honestly,
funny.
Like,
shop your house, man.
Yeah. Like the props that were in the the butcher shack.
Oh, yep.
A lot of those were real. Like the real Pinocchio is from like the 1920s. The clapping monkey was from the 1920s. The wet specimens were all real.
No way.
Antique photos were all real as well.
That's crazy. Where did you get it? I mean, I know like out here there's Prometheus Esoterica where you can get a lot of that kind of stuff, but like where did you go to get all those things?
I'm a collector. We actually had a
Ah,
whole bunch of oddity stores around here a few years ago. Most of them shut down. We had Carnies and a few others.
nice.
But I know a few of these props came from Texas and all over Florida. Some came from New Orleans. So just all over the place.
That's fantastic. I'm a huge fan of oddity shops. I mean, I mentioned the only one I've been to locally was I can't remember if I'm saying it right, Prometheus Esoterica.
Yeah, they're great. I
Yeah,
love them there.
that's the only one I've been to. They're fantastic. And I actually just looked on their website today just to see if they had anything cool. They do. It's I can't afford any of it, so you know, that's awesome. Cool. All right. Well, I think what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna show your video, so everybody can get a cool friggin' look at the haunt, and it is like we said. It's only for the live stream. Once the live stream is done, it's gonna go away, and you gotta wait until it becomes public. It'll be public tomorrow for members, so let me plug that real quick because I got to plug. YouTube.com/EpicHomeHaunts. Hit join. There's 2 membership options. Both of them get early access to all of our content, and we have a lot of content coming. There's gonna be a lot of content. So let's say goodbye. Here, can we flip over to Ashley real quick here? And
Let's see here.
sorry, we're in the middle. There we go. And thank you for joining.
We
Appreciate
really appreciate it.
Where can people go to find more about the haunt and what you're doing?
You can find us on Facebook, Ash's Tales of Terror, or you can find us on Instagram, Ash's Tales of Terror, and we have Haunt Pay as well. We have the whole backstory on there. If you just look up Ash's Tales of Terror on hauntpay.com.
Nice. And we didn't ask you this. So the haunt is free, and you guys do take donations, correct?
Yeah, we're taking donations for the CARE Foundation. It's a wildlife sanctuary nearby in Apopka.
Perfect. See, then that is another thing that I love is that the haunters are all about helping the freaking community. I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they've got tigers from Tiger King there too.
Do they really?
Yeah,
that was
they got the liger there.
Oh, good Lord. That's one thing
and you
about
can get
Florida.
like 2 feet away from him. It's crazy.
That's insane. Florida's
Yeah.
got way too many tigers. After watching Tiger King, I was like, no more. Stop it with the tigers. All right. Well, it has been a blast. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys.
Everybody who's watching live, do not log off. We're gonna play the video, but we are going to say goodbye to Ashley at the moment. So thank you for joining. We should do a chat after the season's over, and we'll chat about how it went and things that you're doing in the future.
And save your voice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Save your voice.
Yeah, for
Nurse
sure.
it
Yeah.
back to
Oh
health,
my gosh.
okay?
All that screaming and yelling. Hey, if I ain't doing that though, I ain't doing it right. So
No, you've done a fantastic job. So
Yeah.
we'll show it right now though.
Yeah, we're gonna click over and we're gonna play the video. Thank you, Ashley.
thank you.
All right. So for those who are waiting for us to get this video going, hang out for a minute. We're going to play the video. If you're watching this live stream, we do record all of our content in binaural audio. So what that means is I actually wear microphones in my ears when we record these videos. And so if you put headphones on, it'll actually sound like you are there. So if you are watching this online and can't put headphones on, try to put headphones on. It will vastly change the experience, I promise. The audio is insane with headphones. That being said, I hope everybody is ready. We're going to jump over and play the video. So here we go.
Hope you guys survive. Enjoy. last long out here. Not once my little brother's done with you. He's hiding around here somewhere.
If you're not family, you're food. Can't wait for Uncle Daddy to get a hold of you. You look tasty.
Are you not entertained? Well, seeing that you're not entertained, let me just pull out my little pen from my left-hand pocket. You never want to go in dry, always wet. There's nothing you can do about it. Now get. My wife's gonna take care of you. That's right, Bubba Jeans, get them. Where you going, big boy? Let me get a piece of that! You got a pretty mouth! Y'all come back now, you hear? Try some of my pie. Delicious.
What y'all doing in my shed?
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of cozy ashes, ashes, we all fall down! Just leave us alone! Leave us alone! Oh, you're here for the show! Oh, I'm so glad! I'm just getting ready! Oh, you're not ready! You're not ready! You didn't know my haircut! I can take a little off the top! You're so... Just go! Just get at it! I know it! See the show!
Alrighty. That was crazy. I friggin' love that haunt. And it goes on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
But the nice thing about going on and on and on and on forever and ever and ever is that every bit of it really keeps going in such a great way.
Yeah, it's not excess for the reason of excess.
No.
Like it's just very well done. Very, very good. Ashley and team, you guys did amazing. If you guys are in the Orlando area, make sure you guys go try at least to check out Carnies and Devils Bayou Home Hunt. It's very, very good. It is well worth the drive. You guys should definitely check it out. All right, a couple of housekeeping items before we finish up. If you guys do have a home haunt or a haunt of any kind, we want to know about it. So shoot us an email to contact@epichomehaunts.com. We'll throw it up on the screen so you guys can take a look or so you guys can see it and just let us know. We are getting a bunch of emails. We've reached out to some people and already scheduled actually some tours of their haunts. So let us know if you have a haunt, what you're doing, what you're up to, or just say hi. We want to know that too. Eventually, I think we're gonna get a phone number for this podcast and maybe play messages from people and stuff like that live on the show. That might be fun. Other than that, if you guys aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. We only have, I think it's like less than 20%. It's like 11 or 15% of people who watch our content are actually subscribed to the channel. So it really helps us out if you guys would subscribe. And if you are feeling generous, hit that join button. YouTube.com/epichomehaunts. Hit join. It's $5 to $10 a month. You get a whole bunch of perks and things, especially now during the Halloween season. There'll be a lot of cool stuff. If you guys are listening to this podcast as opposed to watching it, thank you for listening. Give us a rate on whatever platform you're on. But consider checking it out on YouTube because we do show stuff.
We show stuff. It's great.
There's all kinds of things you can look at and not just hear with your earballs. Wait, what? So that being said, this has been fun. I'm Josh Quillen.
Andrew Van Dyke.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Catch you next Sunday, guys.
Bye.
Bye.